Well, what's up, people? Welcome back to DIY with that Eli Guy. I'm Eli, and you know I like to DIY. Today, we're in isolation. We're in the middle of COVID-19, and we're self-isolating here at home just to be safe. For those of you that didn't see the video,
And if you don't know, now you know.
yeah, we're expecting. And therefore, we're trying to maximize the space in our apartment. Our apartment is great. I love it. But my office right now, which is here behind me, is a little lacking. Yeah, I'm going with the old monitor on top of a box. So I went ahead and I designed something that I'm going to build. You'll also notice on this desk that there's a high part and a low part. I really want to try a standing desk. And I could go with one of the electric ones, but I'm cheap. And I don't really want to spend $500 on a desk. So, I'm just going to build something with a lower part where I can sit and a higher part where I can stand. See how that works. Luckily, I got the supplies before we went in kind of full lockdown here. Let's just build this thing. All right, well, welcome to my makeshift shop. It's basically the patio. I got Korean's gardening gloves. I don't have any gloves, but here's the plan. So I got a bunch of 2x12s cut at Home Depot. Basically, I've got a bunch here that are cut at 4 feet, and then I have a bunch that are cut at 30 inches. So basically, I want my desk that I'm gonna sit at to be about 30 inches high. So I could just put the top piece on and connect them like so, but I'm gonna try something else out. I'm gonna try and actually notch these. Basically, I want, when I set this top piece on here, I want it to come down and sit flush and be about halfway into here. So that way you have the support of this whole piece and it should still sit flush. So then I can put a screw in from the other side and I think it'll be good. I mean, I could glue it, but I have commitment issues. Engage I can do, but gluing wood, apparently not. What if I want to take it apart? Yeah, it's bang on 1.5 inches. So, half of that would be 3/4 of an inch. So that way, when I cut out basically this chunk here, you'll still have support on this side of the leg, and you'll also have the support of the board all the way down. Obviously, if I do nothing, that is going to go all the way through, and that is far too deep. I'm going to adjust the depth guide so it's just right about there. As long as we're in the ballpark, which we are. Not building a piano here, you know? If I use this as my guide, I can basically line up my square here, so you know that that's straight, and then line up this, and we should get a straight cut. To get rid of this piece, I'm basically going to make a whole bunch of cuts here, and then I can just take it out with a hammer. And I give it a little tap here, and it breaks these up. Looks pretty good to me. 1 down, 3 more to go. So, check out the old plans here. And we're gonna cut this shorter one piece to be 21.5 inches. And then this bigger one, we're gonna cut it to be 51.5 inches. So that should level it out. I basically came to that measurement by literally taking the tape measure and figuring out where optimal height is. So if I'm looking at the tape measure here, for me, around 69 inches is perfect. The shelf would be 51.5 inches, so it'll be right here. So by the time you put a monitor on a stand and stuff, it'll end up being kind of a good viewing area. You don't need to watch me do this again. Cut and notch a 51.5 inch long piece, a 21.5 inch short piece, use a 4-footer across the top, and then a 20-inch piece in the middle. I didn't notch that one. I bought these dowels from the hardware store, and I have a 1/4-inch bit here. These are 1/4-inch dowels. So basically I'm going to try and make a hole here. Ooh, I don't have quite a big enough bit, but I'm going to try to use this 1/4-inch and then just wiggle it around a bit. I think if I did 2 on the legs and 3 across the top, that'll work. Connecting the desks is probably the part I struggled with the most because I didn't measure out the dowels properly. In hindsight, I would line up the 2 pieces and make a pencil mark across both pieces where I want each dowel. Then with the Sharpie, mark on the bit how deep the hole should be and make sure that hole goes in the middle of the board. Or don't, and fight with it like I did. Yeah, that's all of my body weight. The dowels, I got them in and I can push them all together, but they don't want to stay. When I push in the top, the bottom flies out. Normally, I would do this with a Craig jig. I don't have a Craig jig and I can't go to a hardware store because I'm not allowed to go anywhere. So I've been practicing on a piece of wood here. Basically, what I'm trying to do is this. Go in on a 45, and go into the wood that way. With 2-inch screws, I'm gonna go about 1 inch in. Okay, I'm gonna measure this piece, cut it, and then rip it down. Basically, all I want is a piece that sits underneath here that I can put like the power bars and hide all the cables with. For the server shelves, I cut 2 pieces of 2x12 at 19 3/8 of an inch and sanded them down. My standing keyboard shelf is 25 3/4 inches long, and the height is based on where my elbows bend naturally while standing. Cut some 1/4-inch pieces to support the shelves from scrap 2x12 and space them according to your needs. Finally, the monitor and piano shelf. The top piece is 38 5/8 and the supports are 5 3/8, which fits my keys perfectly. After I got it all built and I was happy with it, I took it outside and painted it. Paint time. I used a small can of Behr Marquee paint, tinted black, in an interior eggshell finish. After 2 coats, I still had quite a bit left. So this is how it turned out. Not too shabby. Way better than what I was doing before. I have room for my servers, room for my keys, and I can sit or stand. Cost-wise, you can do it pretty cheap, assuming you have the tools or can borrow them. The wood cost me about $115, including the cuts. The paint was about $30, and then maybe $15 for the screws and the dowels. So you can comfortably come in around $160 plus tax, and of course your time, which has to be accounted for, but given this whole COVID situation, you might have a little bit more of that on your hands right now. So, is it perfect? Nope. Could it be better? Always. But now you have the skills, and the beauty part of that is you can customize and make it your own. Maybe you add more shelves, maybe you do something to wrangle the cables better. I don't know, but I look forward to seeing what you come up with. I hope this helped a little bit and inspires you to make something of your own. Till next time.